Hello viewers, welcome to English World. Many times we get confused how to answer very simple basic questions. Sometimes we meet somebody for the first time or we meet an old friend who asks us something in English and we don't know how to answer. So in this video, I'll be telling you some basic English questions along with 4 or 5 sample answers so that you can get some ideas as to how to answer basic English questions. Let's start. Our first question is, what do you do? It's a very simple question that many of us are often asked. We can answer this question in these following ways. We can say, I am a student or I work in a bank. If you're not working, you can say, I'm unemployed at the moment or I run my own business. I'm retired now. I used to be an engineer. Used to be means you used to do something in the past. Pehle the, right now, you're not. So you can say, I used to be an engineer. I used to be a student. I used to be a dancer. I used to be whatever. Or if you are a homemaker or a freelancer or an artist or any profession right now, you can say, I'm a homemaker. I'm a freelancer. Freelancer means who works for himself as and when required. Or you can say, I'm an artist. The next question is, are you married? If someone asks you, are you married? You can answer this simple question in these following ways. If you are married, you can say, yes, I've been married for 2 years now. Whatever number of years, you can say, I have been married for these many years now. Or I'm engaged. We are getting married next year. Or you can say, no, but I'm in a relationship. You can also say, nope, I'm single. Nope is an informal way to say no. You can also say, not yet, I haven't found that special one. If you haven't found the partner or you haven't found the right person that you want to get married to, you can say, I haven't found the right one. Next question is, why are you in this city? You can say, I'm pursuing studies. I work here. My hometown has limited opportunities. I want to explore life here. This means your hometown is different one and you're living here because your hometown has limited opportunities. So you want to experience life, you want to explore the opportunities that are here. So you can answer this in this way. You can also say, I'm on a holiday or I'm here to meet my relatives or my parents. So in these possible ways, you can answer this simple question, why are you in this city? Let's move on to the next question. Where are you from? You can say, I'm from Delhi, or I was born and brought up in Delhi. I moved here about 2 years ago. Or Delhi is my hometown. Or I'm a localite. Localite means you belong to the city itself. You can also say, I'm basically from Shimla, got married and living here for 5 years. So that means you were born somewhere else, got married in the city, and now you are living here. The next question is, what do you do in your free time? It's a very common question. I'm sure many of you must have been asked this question. So we can answer this simply by saying either, I don't have any free time. I don't have any free time. That means you are too busy all the day. You don't have any free time. Or you can say, I usually hang out with my friends. Hang out means to spend time in an informal way, in a casual way. So you can say, I hang out with my friends. Or you can say, I go shopping. I go running a lot, or dance uplifts my mood. Something uplifts your mood means you do that in your free time. Or you can also say, I like reading and relaxing at home. Whatever activity you like to do at home, you can mention that in these possible sentences. How's the weather? Hot and humid. Humid means there is moisture in the air. If someone asks you, how's the weather? You can say hot. If it is hot, unhumid. Humid means there is a lot of humidity. It often happens in the rainy season. It's pouring. Take an umbrella. Pouring means it's raining very heavily. A little chilly. Chilly means a little cold. Not too much, but a little cold. Or quite pleasant. It's quite cold. Bundle up. Bundle up means to wear warm clothing for protection against the cold. Moving on to a very simple question. What time is it? What time is it? Means the other person is asking you, what is the time? So we can either answer it simply by saying it's 10 o'clock or it's half past 4. Half past means 30 minutes past 4, past any other time. So we can say it's half past 4, it's half past 5, it's half past. In Hindi we say adha ghanta. So in English we say half past any number. So for 4:30 we will say it's half past 4. It's quarter to 12. A quarter is 15 minutes. So this means 11:45. Quarter to 1 means 12:45. Quarter to 5 means 4:45. So a quarter means 15 minutes. Quarter to something means 15 minutes are left to be that time. And quarter past means a quarter has elapsed. So quarter past 5 means 5:15. Quarter past 6 means 6:15. If you don't know the time, you can say, let me check my phone, or sorry, I don't know. Can I help you, or do you need any help? This is a question that you might hear from a salesperson in a store. You can say, no thanks, I'm just browsing. Browsing means looking casually at the items. Or yes, I'm looking for a white dress. Or yes, where is the kids section? Or yeah, can you tell me how much this is? Or I'm looking for something under rupees 500. So in these possible ways, you can ask somebody to show you something or to get more specific answers for something that you're looking for. How's it going? Means how are things with you? You can say, great, couldn't be better. Perfect. Fine, how are things with you? Or, well, not bad. Or, I can't complain. You can also say, do you really want to know? If you think that the other person is not really interested, but just ask him. So you can say, do you really want to know? How are you feeling? Great, better than before. Or, I'm all right. You can say, like I need a vacation. You think your life is monotonous and you want to go on a holiday. So you can say, like I need a vacation. Or a little depressed, or really awful. If you're not in a good mood and not in a good shape, you can say really awful. How was your day? You can answer this question by saying really good or awesome, pretty uneventful. Uneventful means nothing much happened, like it was a slow day. Very productive means you did something productive, creative. It was a fruitful day. Or super busy, you were too busy that day. Or a total nightmare, that means you had a very bad day and you would not like to talk about it. If you just watched a movie and someone asks you, did you like the movie? You can say, yes, it was fantastic. Or, no, it was terrible. You can say, it wasn't bad if it was average movie. Or amazing, one of the best I've ever seen, means it was really superb movie. You can also say, no, I didn't think it lived up to the hype. Hype is a kind of excitement that is created by the promotions, by the songs, by the marketing before the release of a movie, so that you like to go and watch it. So if you think it wasn't worth the hype means it wasn't up to the mark. So you can say it didn't live up to the hype. How was the party? You can say crazy, it was absolutely packed. Packed means it was crowded, too crowded. Or you can say, I had a great time, small but fun, or there was hardly anybody there. You can also say, boring, I left early home. So that means you didn't like it that much and you just left quite early. Can you give me a hand? This means, can you help me? Often with a physical task like moving furniture or carrying a box. So you can say, of course, I'd be glad to. Or sure, just a sec. Just a sec means a second. If you don't want to do it, you can say, sorry, I'm a bit busy at the moment. What have you been up to lately? That means, what have you been doing recently? You can answer this question as in, I have been working a lot, or mostly studying. You can say, I've been taking it easy. This means relaxing, not doing anything intense or stressful, just taking it easy. Or planning my summer vacation. You're planning something, you can say, planning my summer vacation, planning my holiday, or nothing much. Nothing much means I've not been doing anything recently, nothing specifically worth enough to mention. Another common question is, what's the matter? If you're not in a good mood, your friend might ask you, what's the matter? You can say, oh, I'm just having a rough day, or I'm not feeling so good. You can also say, I just found out my mother's in the hospital. So you are upset because you heard some bad news. You can also say, I'd rather not talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, you can say, I'd rather not talk about it. Or you can simply say, nothing, I'm fine. What would you like to drink? You can say, coffee, please. You can just mention the name of the drink and say, this, please. Or you can say, just water for me. You can say, I just had lunch and I'm full. That means you just had your meal and you're not hungry, so you would not like to eat anything. You can also say, could we talk for a while first? That means right now your focus is on the conversation, not on food. You can also say, nothing for me, thanks. If you do not want to eat anything and you are sure, you can say, nothing for me, thanks. Next one is, who do you live with? If you're asked, who are you living with? You can say, I live with my parents. If you're living with your parents, you can simply answer this straightforward. You can say, I'm putting up at a hostel currently. Putting up means you're living somewhere. So you can say, I'm putting up at a hostel currently, means presently at the time. You can also say, I live alone at the moment. If you do not have any roommate or anybody to live with, you can say, I am living alone at the moment. Or we are five friends who have rented an apartment. We are five friends, means two or three or five, any number of friends who have rented an apartment. Rented an apartment means you have taken some space and you are living there in a few rooms. Or I live with my wife or husband and children. If you're married, you live with your family, you can say, I live with my husband, my wife, or my family, or my kids. Is everything okay? If you seem a bit upset, another person might ask you, is everything okay? So you can answer this very simply, either by saying yes, everything is fine, thanks, or it's all good. You can also say, I'm great, what about you? Or I'm just not in a good mood. If you are not in a good mood to converse, you can say, I'm not in a good mood. Or simply, to be honest, I'm anxious about my result. Or you are curious to know something, or you are excited about some wedding that's going to take place. So I am, and then put the verb anxious or worried or curious or excited about the event. Finally, a last question. What would you like to eat? If you go to a friend's house after greetings, the first question is, what would you like to eat? So you can answer it as either I'm starving, anything that's available. That means you are really hungry, and anything that's available, you'll be good with that. You can have that. Or you can say, I just had lunch, so I'm not really hungry. I just had lunch means you recently had your lunch and you're not really hungry. So you would not like to have anything. Or you can say, I'll have a slice of bread and butter, or nothing actually, thanks. Or I'm in a hurry, so won't have anything. So, in these possible ways, you can answer this simple question. I hope you spoke these sentences with me. If not, please watch the video again and practice these sentences. You can read and speak, and later on, you can speak without reading these so that you become habitual to speak these basic sentences in your everyday life. Thanks for watching. Take care.